Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Oh, look, the lights are on. Uh-oh.
Bye, Dad.
Uh-oh. So right now, probably, to be honest with you, maybe past couple of years, I've been trading short-term validation for long-term gain. A lot of delayed gratification. Hopefully this video will help you. So I want to share with you these 5 habits that I've been doing in real time, adjusting, refining, and hopefully they'll help you. I can't believe I used to think success was just about comfort. The money, the views, everything that I acquired in my life, I thought I was making it. Now these days, I'm asking myself, like, am I building something that is long lasting and something that, to a good degree, I'll be remembered? And the deeper question is, are people gonna remember me when I'm gone? Those type of thoughts, that type of outlook has definitely changed and shifted how we live every day. It's probably because for the past few years I've been really like reflecting on life and things like that. I feel this way as well. Having a lifestyle for many looks good on the outside. However, I've shifted my mind into having a legacy feels good on the inside for me now. So legacy to me doesn't mean being famous, but it does mean having enough discipline and enough faith for what really matters. I've come to realize that comfort eventually fades, but contribution, or what I believe bringing value and contribution to people in your lives and everything around you, it has that ripple effect, it has that echo effect. So I do have a question for you. What are you chasing right now? Comment down below. Is it something that lasts, or is it something that's good for right now? So these 5 habits are things I've been doing slowly, quietly, and consistently. And moreover, intentionally building them into my daily life. Not because I need the applause or not because I need to be out there in Front Street. I'm doing it to set roots for my family, for everyone that comes across me, because I'm really big on, and you should be really big on, bringing value to whoever you encounter, to be honest with you. I don't know if you can see back there some of my goals, but I just want to bring value to everyone I encounter. And if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, I don't know what to tell you, man. So these are the 5 habits I'm committing to in real time. Let's go. Daily thinking time or reflecting time. Sometimes you see what I'm doing on video, or I just sit there and I just, like pour out my thoughts, mental dump. That's my daily thinking time. Plus, I allot time where I'm actually just kind of like strategically getting things lined up what I think they are. I mean, this is a constant thing for me. Every morning, be honest with you, get up. I try my best not to get on my phone or answer emails or whatever. Get up, reflect, thank God for breathing life into my breath again and allowing me to try to conquer the day again or impact and bring value again to people. And usually throughout the day, I'm on my iPad writing notes and a lot of time to myself, to be honest with you. And I'm very grateful for the fact that I have a room like this where I'm just by myself and just being able to just go on my thoughts and kind of arrange and organize as much as I can. 2, creating more than I consume. So now I try my best to not just look busy or just stacking my day up with things. I do my best to be as intentional as possible with what I'm doing. So, like even right now in real time, I'm already thinking like, even this particular video, intentionally, how can I bring value to whoever's watching this? But I approach my day like that. So I always look at it from the lens of if I'm speaking or if I'm interacting with someone, am I bringing them value rather than let me just say my piece. Number 3, I'm systemizing everything I do. I'm systemizing everything I repeat. So I know I have, for me, a better chance at just like approaching certain issues and or topics or just, I put that in my file cabinet as, okay, next time I'm not going to do that, or next time I will do that. So what I notice that when I do something even like more than once, like I said, I put that in a file cabinet and I start building out a system for it. So I become more consistent with this particular habit, because I just find that if it worked for one little setting, it might work with a little refinement or adjusting in another setting. So legacies don't really rely on memory, it relies on structure, right? If you look at historically, good and bad people who actually either, but let's just focus on the good, actually made something of themselves, they have a structure, they have habits that built in. It might not be the same as mine or yours maybe, but I try to pull from all of that and try to my best to apply that within my life, because there's a common denominator amongst all these successful people, or just even successful businesses. Systems like one of those things where, okay, A, B, C, D, so on and so forth. And you got it, dude. I mean, at the end of the day, you're doing it right now, to be honest with you. Like, you have systems right now. You have systems right now at play in your life right now. It's just refining them down to what's really working, recognizing the things that are working, putting that into like another system that will really even refine that even down more. And then eventually it becomes a habit. Then eventually it becomes you. Number 4, intentional relationship building. Going back to what I said about bringing value to someone, usually at the end of my interactions with people, let me know if you need anything from me, or do you need anything from me right now on your end of things, because I intentionally want to build rapport with that person, because at the end of the day, I know that's the only thing that's going to have a lasting effect to a good degree, and for me, it's, hey, what can I do for you? Do you need anything done before I leave? Do you need anything done before we jump off this meeting that you need from me? Or, anything like that. So, I'm just not networking, right? Some of you might say that, but I'm not networking. I'm really nurturing those situations. I'm really I want to be the go-to guy they last remember when something happens. Like, oh, you know what? Gil can take care of this. But you know what? Let me think about this. Let me bring Gil into this and see what we can do here. So I'm intentional with my relationships now, especially that, obviously I'm getting older. If you're in your 30s or 40s watching this video, you have to make I feel you have to make really calculated steps in any direction. But obviously conquering that fear of, you still got to take action at the end of the day, right? Last but not least, which is really important, living by principles and not pressure. And this is a very big thing for me back then, right? I don't really, I know I said systems, but systems are just, it's just a framework. For me, I don't really live by those lists again where, let's say, for instance, before it used to be, I want to be a millionaire before 30. I want to complete this before this. I know for a great deal, if I try my best to do successful movements every day, if you bundle that up when you zoom out, you're probably going to be successful to a good degree. There might be ebbs and flows like with life, but you have to ask yourself, those movements, what's this going to look like? How is this going to affect me in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years? If it's not, I don't pressurize myself anymore. And for those of you who are, centered, God-centered, I cast my burdens on, God. Whatever gets put in front of me, I understand there's obstacles, but whatever gets put in front of me, I understand it's either going to be a learning lesson or a humbling lesson, or more, it's going to humble me. So for me, it's like, okay, I know I have goals. I know I need to take care of these particular things, but I also know what's in front of me is a learning lesson, and I give all my faith to God that, you know what, I'm trying my best to live by His will, and I'm gonna do my best to make it happen. but obviously living within particular boundaries and parameters. But I don't live in those like, you know what, I have to be a billionaire by this and by that time. I have to get this by this or that time. And let things play out to a good degree, knowing that, if this makes any sense to you, knowing that I'm making intentional steps towards success. And that's also accepting the failures, but consistently moving towards success. So, a question for you: which one of these habits feel the most unnatural to you? What are you not doing right now? And why is that? I want to be honest. I'm spilling my guts. I want you to be honest with yourself as well. And honestly, this is where the work begins. You and myself, or even me. This is like me making a video in real time. I'm just reading a little bit of my notes here. But you have to be just cognizant of what's happening within your life. You know, are you, you know, like even me, I'm always effing up to a good degree, you know. So I try my best just to make it a better move every single time, to be honest with you. So last thing is choosing a legacy every day. You know, making those choices. We're all about our choices. We're all a product of our choices, right? Are you choosing the legacy you want to build for yourself and your family, or for yourself every day? So I don't have everything figured out. I know this. I'm probably not even close to where I want to be right now. I'm really, you know, and I don't know where you are right now, but, you know, I do know this. Like, I don't want to reach at a point in my life where I know I didn't try, right? I don't want to reach a point in my life where I want to live with regrets, where I'm like, oh, you could have done better. You know, you know, and I'm taking those steps to make sure that I'm putting the structures in, especially I have a daughter, that I will be remembered. You know, all the interactions, all the investments, all the acquisition of assets, you know, building out relationships with people. You know, I want, especially for like my daughter, especially, it's very tangible for me. Like, you know, I'm setting certain things up for herself, for her. And, you know, like, not saying that I want to give her an easy life, because, you know, she also has to go through the ups and downs of life, and I want her to have the built-in resilience for that. But every move that I am doing is intentionally towards, you know, building a legacy for my family. And, you know, hopefully my nephews and nieces see this. It's just for them at the end of the day, being a role model. Every little thing I do is literally, you know, just towards being remembered to a good degree. And I don't even know if that's gonna happen. You know, like all this is like thoughts in my head, but you are what your thoughts are at the end of the day. I believe. You know, that's why, like, shifting how I build things, how like, and who I believe I'm becoming, you know, and trying to separate what I want to leave behind and the traits that I don't want. It's taken me a long time, you know, to not play the victim and blame certain things that are outside of my scope. It's been a struggle, but I believe Gilsar day one, when I chose to change, and Gilsar now is a total opposite, to be honest with you. But the glory goes to God at the end of the day, you know, because, you know, it's one of those things that to some degree I think I can explain, and maybe you can comment down below if you can explain it. But I made that change because I'm like, do I want this for myself? Do I want this for my family? And, you know, it's one of those things where you really have to be really good at understanding the signal and noise ratio, understanding that obviously you want 80% signal, 20% noise, or even less if you can get it done. But that's kind of like the discipline that I'm trying to build myself towards, where every interaction brings value for myself and moreover the next person. And I'm good with that, you know what I'm saying? And legacies are initially invincible. They're quiet because you're building, you know what I'm saying? You know, no one really sees every single nail that is being laid or or every rebar is being laid into a house when it's getting poured. No one sees that. I mean, unless you're crazy and you're watching every day, but no one sees that. For me, it's not about being known per se, as in like I don't want to be known for like a fame type known. I want to be remembered. I want to be I ask a common question when I ask people, hey, at the end of the day, when we're no longer here, when you're no longer here, how do you want to be remembered? How do you want to be? What's your eulogy gonna sound like? Because I want to be remembered. But more importantly, I want to be remembered by the people that matter. I want to be remembered by the people that I affected. So I have it in my brain that has to happen now, and the way I can do that now is I show up every day. I show up every day trying my best to give value to people as much as I can. And there's going to be days where I fail at it, and there's going to be days where maybe I'm too full of myself that day, and maybe this is something that will help you guys. But I try my best to approach okay, how much value can I give someone today? And it kind of takes me out of my norm as to Gil, sorry, get your head out your ass. This person needs help. Go do something to help them. Like, comment, share the video. I cannot stress the fact how appreciative I am on how the channel's going. It might not have a lot of views. It might not have a lot of a lot of subs, but the people who do reach out to me, I know we're making an impact. So I really, really am grateful and appreciate it. And if you want to jump on a podcast, please feel free. At the end of the day, I'm just a regular guy trying to figure it out, man. I'm just a regular guy. And if these type of videos help someone along the way, that would be amazing. What's more amazing, you comment down below. And at the end of the day, the glory goes to God. And I just want to leave you with that. And take care and God bless. Bye-bye.